Next up, Kirk Bruce. Kirk graduated Southfield High School, where he was an all-city performer. From 71 to 75, he was a scholarship basketball player on the University of Pittsburgh's Elite Eight NCAA team. 75, he was named the Tri-State Player of the Year, a draft choice for the Utah Stars of the ABA. As the head basketball coach at Clarendon High School, his team earned 3 AA section titles, 1 Whitfield Championship. In '81, he was a Pennsylvania coach in the Dapper Dan Roundball Classic. He was the women's basketball coach at the University of Pittsburgh from 1985 to 98. And then he changed his focus to sports administration. And from 98 to 2008, assistant athletic director for Olympic sports at Pitt. And from 2008 to president, athletic director for sports administration. But I can tell you also firsthand how many countless hours Kirk Bruce gave back to young men and women in the community with his basketball teaching skills through AAU and other organizations. So we're very proud tonight to have Kirk Bruce as a Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame inductee.
Thanks, Larry. I appreciate that. I was kind of sitting there thinking, who are you talking about, all those accolades? But I think as you go on, at least I feel anyway, you get better as you get older. And I look back on my career, and I'm glad that people still even remember who I am. So really, really great to be here tonight. I want to thank everybody at the Western PA chapter for this honor. Ralph Zellick, thank you so much for everything you've done for me in this honor too. Ralph was the one that called me, but I have to admit that Sam Clancy called me first. So you must have talked to him at some point, and he trumped you and called me first. So you have to take that up with Sam. So I don't know how well that's going to go, but Sam can't be here tonight. I want to thank him. He was the one who nominated me for this award, and Sam is a great friend and a great colleague. So again, thanks for everyone for being here. For me, there's a lot of anticipation for this day. I thought back this morning on how the day was going to go and wondered how things were going to go, but my wife quickly brought me back to reality when she told me, "You're going to take that neck furniture out this morning, aren't you?" I knew things weren't going to be quite as good as I thought they were going to be. So, I had to get my work done on Saturday. So very, very few things changed. But seriously, in my particular sense, every day is a Hall of Fame day for me with my family and friends that are here tonight. These are the people that have been around me most of my life and helped me through the things that I've done, as little as they may be. But I would like to take a moment to let everyone know that next Saturday is going to be my mother's 88th birthday, and I can tell you that if she wasn't at this dinner tonight, she'd be either on her way home or watching some sport event on TV. So she's into everything that goes on as far as sports is concerned. On any given Sunday, I'll call her up and say, "Mom, how you doing? What are you doing?" She goes, "What do you think I'm doing? I'm watching the Steelers game." So she has her priorities right there. Again, my family and friends, I see so many people who have come here tonight that have been a part of my life, former players of mine. Don't have any men's players that were here, but some of the women's players that played for me and Pitt are here. And I can tell you, the timeout smelled a whole lot better with my Pitt team than came my parents' team. But I also like to say that I thought Mr. Hilbert was going to be here, so when this is over, Larry, I really want to set you up for one of his jokes. I'll just say 2 guys from Garfield, and you can fill it in from there. He would want me to do that. I turn out to be a straight man a lot of times. But this is a humbling award for me, and I like to tell people all the time that I don't think I was the most talented person in any house that I've ever lived in. And I can say that because my father played Negro League Baseball, and I think that's where we all got our start in athletics, and I'm very proud of the fact that he played for the Homestead Grays and starting second baseman for their last championship team in 1947-48, so that means a lot to me. It's pretty special in our lives, and that's something we always look back on with a great deal of pride. I'm also honored to be here as a City League product. I never leave that out. I always make it a point to say, I played in the City League, right, Ralph? We talk about the City League as much as we can. All my kids went to Shenley. My wife went to Southfield. My mother-in-law went to Oliver. Frankie Boyd's out here. He's a teammate of mine. He went to Oliver. And some of my classmates are here from Southfield. So I always make sure that I mention that. And to be up here with my fellow Pitt Panthers is really important. We see our special bond as Pitt men, we know that's important for us too. But I also like to say, congratulations to the guys that stand up here, but one in particular, Jared Durham. And Jared, I talked to Jared earlier this week, and Jared said, you got your speech ready? I said, well, I'm working on it, Jared. It's not going to be very long. So I said, you want a couple of my minutes? And Jared was like, no, that's okay. I don't want any of yours. But Jared was the guy, we all looked up to someone when we played, and I don't mean to circumvent Jared, but a guy that's here was my assistant coach when I played at, when I coached at Pitt. Also played high school basketball on the same team in the early 70s, late 60s. And everyone had that person they looked up to, either be on the high school team, junior high school team, or whatever. And Larry Anderson, if you stand up, Larry, I want to say thanks for coming, because Larry was that guy. I wanted to be just like him. I took his number and the whole deal. And Larry always told me, he said, hey, Kirk, why are you passing the ball to somebody? Because they can't make the shot. They might drop the pass or whatever. You take the shot. They called him Andergun. So his last name was Anderson, but they called him Andergun. But Jared was that guy when he played in college. Jared was a couple years older than me. And Jared was that guy in college that I looked up and I said, boy, that guy can play. And every time I watched him play, I said, boy, he's doing something different, something more spectacular than the next day. Very cool, calm, and collected. Those of you all that know how Jared played can say that he never got frustrated at any point in time in the game. And you were the guy I looked up to, man. So I'm happy to be on the same diet with you, and congratulations to you too. I'll end with this. Saying thank you is not an easy thing to do, but I really appreciate everybody's here tonight, and especially thank my family for being here. These type of moments don't happen all the time, but I do understand that, you stand up to be seen, you speak up to be heard, and you shut up to be appreciated. So thanks a lot.